Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia and this is my first ever booktube video. And I'm hopefully the lighting works. I'm rushing to film this because I just went to my local used bookstore and purchased a few things. One, I'll talk about the single book in a second, but the one I'm really excited and why I'm rushing to film this is that this is like a mystery bag. And when I saw these, I was immediately intrigued. But as you can see, it says, you a history buff, reading level 4 to 5.5, and age 9 to 12. And so it's just a mystery bag. It's for ages 9 to 12, and they've got books for history buffs. So I'm a history buff, and I thought, wow, this is a neat way to read a bunch of cool books, hopefully. So I don't know what's in here at all. I'm just gonna randomly start pulling things from there without looking. And I'm so excited to see what is in this bag. So there's a little note that says, "Hello, thank you for trusting us to pick a mystery bag of books for you. We hope you are happy with them. Maybe one of them will be your next favorite. Whether you loved it or hated, the best thing to do with a book, besides reading it, of course, is passing it on to a friend." That is super cute, and I absolutely believe that. So let's dig in and see what's in here. Okay, this one says, Virginia Ewers Wolfbat 6, a novel. So this is a Scholastic signature book. And in the back it says, the 6th grade girls of Barlow and Bear Creek Ridge have been waiting to play in the annual softball game, the Bat 6, for as long as they can remember. But something is different this year. There's a new girl on both teams, each with a secret in her past, which sets them on a collision course set to explore on game day. Alright, so this is about baseball. I am not a huge baseball fan, but I am willing to read it, especially since it's about girls, and this looks like it should be a fairly easy read. Okay, next up we have Truth is a Bright Star, a Hopi adventure. Oh, I'm so glad. So it's 12-year-old Loma is one of 13 Hopi children kidnapped by Spanish soldiers in 1832, taken 500 miles from their peaceful desert village and sold into slavery. Okay, right there I'm already sold. This is the kind of story that I would really like. This is also short. FYI, since nobody knows anything about me, since it's my first video, I'm a history teacher. So this is great. Next up is Numbering All the Bones. This is by Anne Rinaldi. It says, in 1864, the Civil War is moving towards an end, but for 13-year-old Yulinda, a house slave on a Georgia plantation, it is the most difficult time of her life. She is continually mistreated by her masters. Her younger brother, Seek, has been sold off, and her older brother, Nettie, has run away to join the Northern War effort. I'm already sold as well. This is the kind of book that as a middle schooler I would have devoured. I would have sat down, finished it all in a few hours, and I'm glad I picked up this bag so far. The next one's called George Washington's Socks. Could it really be George Washington? This one's by Elvira Woodruff, and this is a Scholastic book as well. I used to patronize Scholastic all the time when I was in middle school and high school. So this the story, or the back says, when 5 kids take a walk along Lake Levart late one night, a mysterious wooden rowboat beckons them aboard. As if in a trance, they all step inside. But what they don't realize is that this enchanted boat is headed backwards in time to the time of time travel and George Washington. I'm sold. But anyways, to the time of George Washington, and their neighborhood lake has been transformed into the icy Delaware River on the eve of the Battle of Trenton. How will they ever find their way home? The American Revolution is the reason why I got a BA in history and eventually a master's and PhD. So I'm happy. Okay, there's one more left in here, and this is Indian Captive, the story of Mary Jemison, and this is by Louis Lenkins. Lanky, I'm sorry, and it's a Newbery Honor book. This is Captured by the Seneca. 12-year-old Mary Jemison took her peaceful days on her family's farm in eastern Pennsylvania for granted. But on a spring day in 1758, something happened that changed her life forever. A band of warriors invaded the house and took the Jemison family captive. Mary was separated from her parents, brothers and sisters. She traveled with the Indians to southern Ohio and later to the Seneca village on the Jemison River in what is now western New York. All right, the description continues. This sounds like it could be interesting. It's a award-winning book, so I am intrigued. This kind of takes the classic approach of like white girl being kidnapped by natives, which is a kind of trope in these kinds of books. So we'll see what I think of it too. As a historian too, I think I will be evaluating these much more critically than a 9 to 12-year-old would. But here they are, all the books that came in the mystery bag. I'm actually overall pretty happy because these are books that are kind of cool stories, things I would have loved as a kid, and that as an adult I can kind of read more critically, investigate a little more, and yeah, I'll see what I think of these. The bag also had a cute little pen. This is so adorable. I love this little mustache, but let me just make sure it is a working pen. It works. This is super cute. I'm gonna put this in my desk in my office at school. So I did get one more thing, and there was a theme, I guess, in my shopping tonight. So the single book that I got from my used bookstore is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 1, The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. So I don't know a whole lot about the Percy Jackson series, but this was recommended by one of my students when they did introductions. In one of my classes, I asked them to tell me a book that had a significant impact on them, or a book, their favorite book, and one student mentioned it. And I will be teaching a course on, it's called Ancient Classical Civilization. So it's mainly Greece and Rome. And so the student suggested this, and I thought, oh, well, I'm going to be teaching a class on, Greece and Rome. So my excuse to read what is a children's book, but one that, I don't know, maybe I could potentially assign in class. I like in my classes to assign fiction so that students can analyze them from like a historian's perspective. So we'll see. I am excited to read all of these. So let me know if you've read any of these, or if you ever would do something like this. Would you pick up a random bag of like books? They have all of the bags they had were for like the ages between like 8 and 12, but they had books with the theme of drama, science fiction, mystery. So I might go and pick up another bag once I'm done with these books. Anyway, that is it for me. I'll see you in the next one.